Here's why big truck accidents are so much more dangerous than car accidents in Kansas. A truck can weigh up to 80,000 pounds. When you have that much weight and that much force driving on Kansas highways, people get injured and people get hurt more severely than in a regular car accident. So they can't be handled the same way a regular car accident is handled. You need attorneys that are specialized in handling truck accidents. Big truck cases are fundamentally different than car crashes, and they're more complex. And here's why. First of all, any driver of an 18-wheeler is required to comply with the federal motor carrier safety regulations. And these are regulations that the Department of Transportation have established to keep not only truck drivers safe, but also those driving vehicles around them. And when people don't comply with the federal motor carrier safety regulations, unfortunately, people get hurt.
When people hear of a big truck crash, they often think it's just like a motor vehicle crash. The reason that's not true is force equals mass times acceleration.
Catastrophic injuries are much more likely to happen when you have 80,000 pounds headed down an interstate at 70 miles an hour. Plus, big trucks take up so much more space in the roadway. And when a big truck makes a lane change or slows down, it has a greater impact on traffic. There's a reason that big truck drivers have more training and are required to be experts in operation of the motor vehicle, because it's not like driving a regular pickup truck or a car. The blind spots are more significant with a big truck. It takes longer to slow down. They have to respond to traffic differently. And then also big trucks respond differently to weather conditions. It takes them even longer to slow down.
When you got significant mass going at a high rate of speed, the human body is going to suffer the consequences. The most common injuries we see in big truck collisions are catastrophic. You have fractures of weight-bearing bones, you got significant joint injuries, very serious spinal cord injuries, traumatic brain injuries, and internal injuries are very common.
Big truck accidents bring about catastrophic injuries, death, or sometimes even worse than death, where people experience life-altering, life-changing injuries that not only affect their ability to function, but shape their lives and the lives of their children and their spouses. This takes specific knowledge in an area of law to ensure that these rights are protected. Handling big truck cases is a very specialized area of law. There not only needs to be an understanding of the legal ramifications of how to bring the case, but there needs to be an understanding of the federal motor carrier safety regulations. And then there has to be a whole battery of experts that know how to get involved in these trucking cases, to look at things, not only the things the driver should have done or should not have done, but also evaluating the cargo, evaluating the condition of the truck, how well the truck was maintained. Then there's a whole outline in the federal motor carrier safety regulations as to the background of training and experience that a driver should have. Unfortunately, trucking companies are really eager to get drivers on the road, and they're not always ensuring that they get the safest drivers on the road.
You have complex federal motor carrier safety regulations, and you have a very aggressive insurance company behind the trucking company who are immediately involved working against your interests.
One of the most challenging things about a big truck crash is immediately upon the truck driver calling his dispatcher and telling him he's been involved in a collision, they send a rapid response team. And the rapid response team gets on scene, and nothing good is happening for the injured person. The injured person is worried about their health, their well-being, getting the medical care they need. That's not the focus of the rapid response team. The rapid response team is focused on building evidence against the driver of the car or the pickup truck who's injured. It's all about protecting the company.
You need to call us at DeVaughn James as soon as possible following the collision so that we can get our team and our experts out to the scene to protect all evidence.
Behind the scenes in a big truck accident case, as soon as the driver calls the dispatcher, the rapid response team is triggered. That rapid response team is sending safety officers, attorneys, experts right to the scene. So while our client's injured with nobody to help them, this massive crew of professionals are responding on scene. And it's something the trucking companies and the attorneys are proud of and they brag about. Hey, I got to this accident scene this fast after it happened. And I've seen trucking companies send experts in private planes to get to the collision scene. I've seen them have attorneys immediately board a plane and get to the scene of the collision so they can gather evidence and get a leg up and get an advantage on an injured client who's just unsuspecting and has no idea. Their day just got dramatically changed from a collision, and then the trucking company's instantly ready to respond. When you're involved in a trucking case, you're behind from the get-go. From the minute the truck collision happens, you're behind. And we'll work hard to help you catch up, but the sooner you get DeVaughn James involved, the sooner we can get our experts and ensure that the evidence is protected.
We're board certified in tractor-trailer cases. We have the expertise and the resources to help you and your family out, and we will get involved immediately and start building your case. The most important advice I can give to anybody in the state of Kansas following a tractor-trailer collision, call us at DeVaughn James. We're board certified in big truck cases. We have the litigation attorneys that will back up what you need, and we'll be there for you, I promise.
At DeVaughn James, it was very important to Dustin and I to ensure that we had the knowledge of trucking law to go against the big companies. And we not only wanted to ensure we had that background that comes from years of experience, but we wanted to be sure that our clients are protected and they know they're dealing with an attorney that not only has handled a few trucking cases, but has shown a specialty and able to be certified. And in order to get this certification, Dustin and I both had to set for an exam that covered not only the federal motor carrier safety regulations, but also the federal rules of evidence, and that we had to show a knowledge in the background of trucking law. Then after we passed the test and it's certified that we've passed the test, then we have to complete a series of activities related to truck cases. So we have to handle cases to trial, handle depositions, we have to be involved with experts, in particular trucking cases. We have to appear before courts, arguing issues that are very specific to tractor-trailer law. And you have to list references that can attest to your handling these cases. That included judges, not only in the federal courts in the state of Kansas, but in the state courts that we've actually practiced in front of that have handled trucking cases with that judge, but also opposing attorneys have to fill out a verification that we know how to handle these cases and they've seen the experience we have.
If you've suffered a truck crash injury in the state of Kansas, reach out today.